It led the people through war. It led the people through all kinds of things. Things that he himself has said that it is wrong. That nobody is supposed to do that. Yet he saw them through to do it. They were doing it and blessed them. He took from people and gave it to others. Them. He gave it to them. America has gone to blood, cheating people. Let's say the whole Indian. Right now, I think the Red Indians have got some benefit that the country automatically gave them something. They were given some land. They've got some agreement, probably went on, and they are okay in some many grounds. And America is going on also, not just because of Red Indians, but outsiders invited other people, non-religious, religious people from Hinduism, Christianity, people from Islam, just like Britain and all the rest. And they progress and they're tapping on knowledge. They are, improving on not just the grounds of religion and Jehovah. The businessmen who set out there to look for slave trade, was it the council of churches that took them? They have come out of all these things, something inspiring them, the spirit inspiring them, fine. But it was like a general common approach from common people who understood things. They decided to do that, and they used the church to attach them. So the church cannot fully claim. That is why you won't see churches today taking control over the entire life of the human race or any country. But they are in there. They have their right to exist. They give them the chance to search and to prove themselves every day, to have their own religion, to sort of do whatever they feel right to do, to live in their world, within the country as well. But they don't have to go claiming that America is a Christian country or this is a Christian country or that. If they're making that claim, the rules will sort of reveal certain things out. So no matter what I think of all these things, I believe that we have to look at it from a very logical point of view. If I want to go out there and claim God or define God in certain ways, I must be ready to stand up to it. If I cannot explain it in such a way to prove that, if I really want to say that, America want to say that, we are a Christian country, they have to prove that they are a Christian country on what grounds? Is it Jehovah that gave them what they have? Or they took up the mantle of doing all sort of things to get it? And if Jehovah is by that, what sort of Jehovah is that? What sort of God is that? Is the God of the Americans, not the God for Britain or the God of Africa? No, it's the God for them. Because the ultimate God will not strike his other hands. I will never take a knife and destroy this hand. It's my own hand. Or take a knife, destroy this eye, and leave this eye. Why would I do that? Craziness. If I'm crazy, yes, fine. But any normal person won't do that. It's the same way that I expect that that should be done in terms of your moment of trying to defend. If you want to defend your faith, if you have to. If in situations where it comes to you have to defend your faith, you have to defend your faith. It's not a foolish disputing thing. It's not considered in this text. It shouldn't be considered in this text as something being disputed, as a foolish disputing. You are not foolishly disputing anything. It's a serious topic. It is something that will benefit something. But if he's talking about foolish disputes, as stated in Titus 3:9, it's talking about something else. Something irrelevant to the point. Something really irrelevant to the issue, or something which is not logical, or something which is not sensible. Don't go making all those. There are so many things that we do where it's purely jokes. Disputing with a joke where sometimes you can see that you're debating with somebody and he deliberately wants to just prolong the thing, and even what if he knows something is right, if you pull out a fact and he knows about that fact, he accepts the fact, he will not accept the fact. Rather, he will find something that's creating a debate, find something to sort of challenge that fact, even though he knows the fact is true. Somebody who is, making the matter more argumentative. That is not it's not something that you should ever encourage. It's silly, it's foolishness. But talk to people who are logically and sensibly want to approach the idea in a sincere manner. Who truthfully want answers, want to really, and respect the fact that the opinion that you're putting out there, or the debate you're into, really genuinely is right. And when that opportunity comes, from the voice, as the person speaks, you will know. When that opportunity comes and know such a person is before you, or you've met such a people, a thinker like that, you don't walk away. You don't just drop it. So you might have these statements, but there are other statements also in the same book that encourages you to sort of defend your faith. In many times, defend your faith. He says you should defend your faith and take it all. If you read First Peter, like I said, First Peter 3:15 or so, it tells you to defend your faith at all times. In the book of Deuteronomy, as we've gone through 6, we go to 7, where we've read from 7, the blessings of obedience. It tells you, and when in 7 verse 2, and where the Lord your God delivers them over to you, conquer them. God handing over certain people. I mean, there isn't any inspiration of any peaceful inspirations coming from this text here as Jehovah has put forward. He's encouraging them to sort of kill and destroy another group of people or another identity people, telling you that those people are not his people. They are probably not even his creation. He didn't create them. If he did create them, he will have something inside him that will show man of caring, or love towards them, no matter what they are. He will not, God will not let them, destroy them. Neither will God tell Jacob to go and kill Esau. That isn't good. There's no way God will sort of end up saying anybody who is linked with you, brotherly, whether if you are so linked to a black Jamaican and you're a black African, that you should strike each other. No. If it happens, it surely tells you that you're both coming from different ends. You're not the same people. You and your own brother will not strike each other. You won't tell the British people, you can see, like, if you compare the British and the Americans, they are like twins. Because history tells them that most of the Americans were originated from Britain, who went down there to control the country, colonize the country, and they turn against, they separate themselves and decide to, those appointed as heads over there realize that this country is rich, we can make it better, and they sort of got their independence and separated themselves from their masters. That is their ancestors or their grandparents or their heads or masters who were then the headquarters where the instructions were coming from. They separate themselves from Britain. So they are really, they fought for it, but at the end of the day, they realized that they have to become allies. So they really work together. I think technology is the thing but they share a lot of things together. Britain and America is like cousins, brother and cousin and brother and son and daughter, and they are the same. So many people there are coming from Ireland, and so many Americans coming from Ireland and all that. Ancestors are coming from there. So they are so close in so many ways. The other countries the same manner, just like African and Jamaicans or Africans and they're so close, but we haven't got so much of a power of state which we will be allied like there are some compared to what the British, if the British people and Americans. These are people who are rich countries, which their separation means a lot. Their combination means a lot to the whole human race for some reason, because they are countries that have got a power and that's controlled a lot, and they own a lot. They own virtually everything. Yeah, they own virtually everything. If you become part of this group or this country, this society, you consider yourself lucky. That shouldn't be the case, but yeah, you consider yourself, opportunity of a life. You've got the chance to sort of be something or be somehow before you even die from the earth. You are able to get a chance to become something. It's not easy also in these countries, but yeah, that is opportunity.